жарашын, ақ болуды жайылған теңгерінің жарашын. Лабазын ұйыр қалы хуала мегиден бұянын айсын бұлым 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 шағышты тайғананын ашузына баш болсын жая ақын талайдың кеч өзіне баш болсын бұлым 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 бұлым
In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, and the sky is clear and red, when the summer ceased its gleaming, when the corn is past its prime, when adventure's lost its meaning, I'll be homeward bound in time. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plow. Set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. If you find it's me you're missing, if you're hoping I'll return to your thoughts, I'll soon be listening, and in the road I'll stop and turn. Then the wind will set me racing as my journey nears its end, and the path I'll be retracing as I'm homeward bound again. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plow. Set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. When the corn is past its prime, when adventure's lost its meaning, I'll be homeward bound in time.
All I ever did was put my all into it, put it all on my back. I never took the fall, now they all want me back. I never got the answers, now they calling me back. Feeling like I'm Santa, got them all on my sack. I did the math on them, I put the weight on them. I grabbed a bull by the horns, I never weighed on them. Now every single thing I do is so sick, I should've stayed home. Somebody better put a mask on them, so I had to come and blast on them. I'm taking no prisoners, only listeners. It doesn't feel right doing something light, I'm only throwing finishes. Bright light, turn your day into night, we came out of that diligence. You done swipe right on a nice fight, got you throwing your dinner up. Now listen up, baby, I know you think you got it all figured out. Yeah, you know what you're facing till they all in your house. Yeah, you must pay attention, I've been stalling you out. Yeah, what you're seeing isn't real, it's a facade. Now you down for the count.
My lovely imps, how are you doing today? Better for the potato, Samiotetic, Antipapyro, Radon, Joey Ravioli, Trans Girl Jade, Raised by Field Mice, Lot of Apples, Intentions Nasty, Gay Fetch, Castrix, X Drums, Louie Boy, Agent Mad Hat, Big Papa, Pancake, Gibby, Befella, Vor Buddy, Little Morphine Annie, Too Clever by Half, August Daydreams, Big Papa Pancake, Hippie Punk, Lurtz, Ashmar, Keffals, shouting you out, saw you in chat, thanks for being here today. Uncle Gumball, Punk Corpse, Mika Meow, Cookie, Ada Stardust. And from the YouTube chat, we have Arden Rose, Christy Jean, Leith, Lillian, C.L. Crowley, Kevin and/or Susie, Ferret Girl, Deeply Concerned, Aldo, the Jellyfish, Genie Bottle, Eddie Spencer, Fixus, Ren Does Stuff, AJ Swansborough, Olivia Bean.
T-Pain first saw one of my videos on Reddit.
Thank you, Glasses. Fig Fairy, Philip, Masajewski, Ian K, X Cozy, Law K Butt Draws, Tori Cassiatore, Destiny Hayden, LT Music, Cineful, Undead Banana, Crunchy Noodle, Danger Noodle 69, Almi Komori, Deeply Concerned, and many more. John Phelan, Witch Knight Melody. I think I got everybody. Zadoki, Somniostatic, Metroid Gauntlet. A very fitting name. My lovely, lovely imps, if you are here today, please do me a favor and slap that like button, please. Please, 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 please slap that like button. Every single like that we get gives us a surge of new viewers, and YouTube will also recommend us out better the more likes we get, in addition to just bringing in regulars who then get the stream pushed onto their screen, which is awesome. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, but today is mostly going to be a funny react stream. We have debates to react to. We're going to be doing Cooking Mama, which Cooking Mama is amazing. I have some absolute real treats for you. We've been doing a lot of politics, explicit politics lately, like covering news stories lately, which is great, and I'm very happy to do that. And obviously, people have been responding very well to my videos covering the Tucker Carlson, Steven Crowder situations. But we're gonna be doing some debate react today, which we haven't done in a long time because nobody's been doing any really amazing debates. We're going to be doing some general react today, and then finally we're going to do some Cooking Mama. It's been a rough weekend. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope that it gets better. Trans Girl Jade says, is it wrong that I'm in love with Marin from the Jedi games? Not at all. Marin is awesome. Are we gonna watch the Lance debate? Yes. I don't know if we'll watch it tonight or next stream. It's all gonna depend on how we're doing on time. Reacting to 2 debates in a single stream is kind of difficult, but I really, really, really want to do the, I want to react to the Lance debate because I like Lance a lot and I heard that he did very well. So yeah, I would like to react to that at some point. Are we watching the H3 debate tonight? Yes, we are. Tonight we will be reacting to H3 versus Ollie London. I saw a small portion of this debate and I was like, I know I need to react to this because there is absolutely so much that I have to talk about. Don't know. Oh no, Castrix, why did you have to send this to me? This meme made me want to give up my career forever. Okay, everybody, this meme is singularly the worst insult that anybody has ever given me in my entire life. There is no meme that has hurt me harder than this meme right here, okay? I'm gonna show it because it is the most painful meme that anybody has ever, literally one of the most insulting things that anybody has ever made about me. I've never been more insulted in my entire life. I can't even, it's so cruel. This is a cruelty the likes of which nobody can understand. Only some people can. So cruel, so cruel. The meme misgendered you? Oh, I don't even care. I do not care. I mean, at least they're correct. At least they're correct in the characterizations. It is true. Zan is most similar to Nigel Farage. Vosh is most similar to Sargon of Akkad. Shark is most similar to the original Pepe, or the dark Pepe, I guess. Like the evil Pepe, the right-wing version of Pepe that does the okay hand sign. And I am most similar in that I'm very gay to Milo Yiannopoulos. So, yeah. But it's a cursed meme that hurt my soul. And, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't stream after all. Maybe I should just turn off stream now. I don't think I want to be a streamer anymore. Oh well. Start selling statues on stream? It's probably for the best. You're right, Gayfesh. No, please, I love your content. Well, okay, true. Fair enough. All right, maybe you can win me back. Maybe you can win me back. Maybe. I can't watch RuPaul on stream because RuPaul will content clap us. I have the best content? Aw, thank you. I'm down for the count. It's true. It's statue time. Yeah, I could start selling Jesus statues. I think I'd be good at selling Jesus statues. I think I would be. The right-wing version of Demon Mama would sell like Funko Pops. No. I would sell off-brand Funko Pops. They look like Funko Pops, but they're legally distinct from Funko Pops. That way I don't have to pay any royalties to Funko. You guys think if I was a right-wing grifter, I would be the smartest right-wing grifter. There would be no money going to anybody else. Cool art. All right, this is cool art. This isn't cruel art. Okay, let's hope this is cool art and not mean art. Oh wait, okay, this is actually really cool. Is this, why is Joe Biden over here? Is Joe Biden supposed to be, Joe Biden supposed to be like Senator Armstrong? Oh God. Okay, it's pretty good though. That's pretty good. Yeah, if I were a right-wing grifter, I would simply start my own anti-woke brewery rather than trying to contract out. True! Exactly, Killjoy. Killjoy says, Demon Mama, your right-wing Funko Pops, they're legally distinct from Funko Pops. They would be called Paleo Pops. That's what I would call them. No, that's not popular these days. They would be called, what's popular these days? They would be called, Funko Pop. What they would be called Woko Pops, and they would be making fun of famous and infamous SJWs. But then I would randomly start branching out into making like Trump versions because even though it wouldn't really match, yeah, they would have to be Woko Pops because it's like it's close enough. Or Ameripops. They would be made with lead paint and asbestos, though. Pepe Pops. Ooh, that would be a good one. That would be a good one. Oh, thank you very much. Leith says, in a non-parasocial way, you make my day every stream, even the dreaded Star Wars. Well, you'll be happy to hear there's not going to be very much Star Wars this stream because I haven't watched any other Star Wars movies. I've been continuing my horrendous grind through the absolute dog water, a Clone Wars 3D animated show. Okay, maybe I'll talk a little bit about that. Little Morphine Annie with the tier 1 sub, thank you very, very much. I feel naked without my yellow name. You should. A yellow name is a mark of pride. So real quick, just a little quick of warm up. This is the warm up segment. I can talk about whatever I want. Guys, night before last, I watched an episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars 3D animated. Not to be confused with Star Wars The Clone Wars 2D animated, and also not to be confused with Star Wars Attack of the Clones, which some people erroneously sometimes call The Clone Wars. And the episode was really, really messed up. And it's one of those moments, I've said this before about the Clone Wars TV show, it's written like it's a kid's show, but it is definitively not a kid's show, okay? And like not at all. It is not a children's show at all, okay? It's not written for a children's show in any way, shape, or form. And let me explain what I mean by that. So it's written with a little lesson every episode, and there's little quips that are written as if they're for children. However, the episode that I watched just the night before last opened on a shot of Jedi Master Ki-Adi-Mundi. He's like an old guy with like a cone-shaped head. He kind of looks like the cone-head aliens. And he said, the native Geonosians have been giving us more trouble than we've thought. We've had to kill a lot more. Just the opening shot is a sort of, you're supposed to be rooting for these guys because it's Ki-Adi-Mundi and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they're mourning the fact that they are having a hard time genociding natives. And yes, Gayfesh is saying, is this the napalm episode? Yes, it is. Later in the episode, in their battle against the native Geonosians, who they repeatedly throughout the episode refer to as natives, uncritically. There's no commentary on this whatsoever. There's no like self-awareness about the fact that they're referring to the Geonosians as natives and they are killing them en masse in their own planet. There is a scene where they send flamethrower clone troopers into a cave that is full of Geonosians who they keep calling bugs. But we know Geonosians are actually like individuals. They don't actually have a hive mind. That's like, communicated multiple times. And they don't just show them shooting the flamethrowers. Most cartoons that wanted to depict that would just show them shooting the flamethrowers and then they would never depict it. But they actually show not just the bugs, the Geonosian, native Geonosians getting burnt by the flamethrower. They show them running and rubbing their hands all over them going, ah, ah, and running around on fire as they fall to the ground twitching. Not kidding you, it is like the longest segment, not the longest, it's one of the longest segments in the episode, is them just napalming with flamethrowers sentient creatures, and it's depicted as like a heroic act. It's just, this is why I say it's written as stupidly as a show for children, but it is not a show for children. Just so, it's so messed up. It's so annoying. There's a bunch of other stuff that happens, but that type of stuff is constantly throughout the show. This is a 2-minute meme. We're not doing a 2-minute meme. I'm sorry, Mr. Krabs. Come on. No, we cannot do a 2.2 minute meme. No, I'm sorry, God. It's too much. That's too much. That's too much. I have so much to do today. I interpret it as being Republican propaganda. Okay. It's not though. That would be one thing. If the show was written as though it was Republic propaganda, that could be done, but it's not written that way. There is nothing in the writing at all that frames the character's actions in a critical light, ever. It never, ever breaks character. You are supposed to root. The writing is telling you are supposed to root for the Republic. They are always depicted as the good guys, and their actions never really have any meaningful consequences, at least early on in the show. Now that might change later on in the show. I know that the first few seasons are notoriously bad. The first season is so bad that it was laughable. But like, no, they don't do any, they're not doing any high-minded commentary. There's stuff like that in the prequels. I've mentioned this before too, that in the prequels, like George Lucas wrote in there is commentary on the messages of the Republic and the messages of the Jedi Order. In fact, the predominant message of those movies is that you are supposed to walk away from those movies feeling critical about the Jedi Order. The Jedi Order, their propaganda is presented as propaganda. Presentation of a show is really important, and this is not it. Yeah. Somniocetic says, by the way, your call-in at the end of Sunday's debate with Lav was absolutely magnificent. Well, thank you very, very much. I deeply appreciate that. I was just a bit angry. It was a very silly debate. The debate between Lav and President Sunday was a very silly debate. President Sunday was goofing around for the latter half because, honestly, it was bog standard transphobia, and Lav did not seem particularly willing to engage in the actual topic. When confronted with conversations about structuralism and post-structuralism, Lav's response was to cite 2 times a SpongeBob episode and then basically just say the same joke over and over and over again. That joke being, what is a word? What does it really mean to be a word? What is language? What does it mean to be alive? The idea being, it's a bad joke, but the joke is basically, oh, if you're a post-structuralist, well then nothing matters and you don't care. It's literally a Republican tier, like MAGA tier meme. Like old uncles that at Thanksgiving dinner will be like, well, you're a liberal, you're a moral relativist, so, you know, whatever. What's a block? What's a attack helicopter? It's very stupid. Define is. It's dumb, very stupid, and not a very good meme. It wasn't funny. It was stupid. I called in specifically because there was some misinformation. No, not misinformation. There was disinformation being done in that stream. The first one, of course, is about who could have guessed that it was about crime rates. The idea being that the words that were used in this debate were trans people commit crimes in the same pattern as their birth gender. Now, you might immediately recognize that that is an incredibly weaselly way of wording something, and I was interested to know what that's supposed to actually mean. What does it mean? What does crime patterns as the birth gender actually even mean? Because crime patterns can mean a lot of things. Does it mean that trans people are I mean, and also, is this controlling for any other, like, where are they pulling this information from? Is this considering class? Is this considering the fact that trans people in general are super, super marginalized? And of course, that was never actually addressed. And I brought up the fact that with regard to violent crime, trans people are actually 2.5 times, and this is from statistics from the Department of Justice, the United States Department of Justice. On the .gov page, they posted the statistics of years of analysis that trans people are actually 2.5 times more likely than cis people to be the victims of violent crime. So it's a very weird bit of sneaky disinformation that's being done there. And then, of course, the other thing that I called in to yell about was the Ray Blanchard disinformation. For those who aren't in the know, in the 80s, there was a sexologist. Sexology. Sexology is a very heavily criticized pseudoscience that purports to be able to study sexual patterns to find out psychological truths about people. It's very questionable, okay? It's a very questionable field that has been heavily critiqued and is not taken particularly seriously by any medical or psychological consensus. Hey, Merrick DeVille, good to see you. But this sexologist by the name of Ray Blanchard created a dichotomy. He did a single study by which he created a typology, he called it, a typology of transsexual individuals. And he argued that there were two types of transsexual males. He believed that there were fetishists who were essentially, they didn't genuinely want to be women, they just wanted to get off. They had a sexual kink, a fetish, that drove them to become women and to live out a fantasy, a sexual fantasy as women. And then there were true transsexuals who were gay men who actually wanted to become women so that they could attract men more. That was what his theory proposed. Now, if that sounds like almost hilariously unscientific off the bat, you would be correct. And outside of a couple of years after the publishing of this typology, at which point it was basically the only, it was the foremost science at the time, very shortly afterwards, and since then it has been thoroughly debunked. And I should point out that literally no medical or scientific authority utilizes or includes accepts Blanchard's typology. Blanchard's research was grossly unscientific. He didn't even have a control in his experiments. It was hugely influenced by his own biases. Some would even argue by his own sexual kinks. He had a questionable ethical involvement with the people that he was studying, and it's been thoroughly debunked. Obviously, also, I should point out, just as a further, yes, this is the AGP versus HSTS thing. Yeah, it is rejected by medical consensus. And yes, Blanchard, I'm not kidding you, Blanchard made the argument that there was no such thing as fake transmasculine people, because in his mind, it would make sense that a woman would want to have a penis, that it would make sense for a woman to want to transition into a man, but it didn't make any sense to him, except for the true transsexuals who in his mind were gay men who wanted to attract men more effectively by becoming a woman. That was the only way he could imagine somebody truly wanting to become a woman. He's a very very stupid individual, in my opinion, a malicious individual. And yeah, he's super transphobic still to this day. If you go to his Twitter, he has a Twitter, yes, like he's like an 80-year-old man, and he just tweets derangedly. He tweets like Glinner does about trans people. Yeah. But anyway, I had to call in to debunk that particular thing. Yep. ContraPoints did indeed do a video about Blanchard's typology. There's this, Blanchard's typology has maintained a niche cultural relevance, largely because of what it allows you to do, which Blanchard's typology is very convenient if you want to basically frame trans people as perverts. If you want to portray them as dangerous sexual perverts, Blanchard's typology gives a scientific sounding cover to that type of behavior. And so, of course, there are people who will bring it back up despite the fact that it is not respected in any way, shape, or form. And I always challenge people who are saying that they're taking this stuff seriously to actually just go read the actual study. Go, if you have any sort of basic scientific literacy whatsoever, go read the study, read his conclusions. It's laughable. It is hilariously flawed to the degree that, like, it's insane to me, and only in a world that is incredibly deeply transphobic could something like that gain any sort of ground. You just have to read it with your own eyes. It's that easy. In fact, when I was younger, and I first started transition, I had a really hard time. My family roundly disowned me with very few exceptions. And at one point, I actually medically detransitioned. I stopped taking hormones. I stopped pursuing transition. And what got me to finally stop doing that was I decided to sit down and engage directly with Blanchard, Lawrence, and the others, and oh my God, what's his other name? I always forget the other guy, the guy who wrote a book. There was a guy who wrote a book that was Bailey, Michael Bailey. Michael Bailey wrote a book called The Man Who Would Be Queen, which was built off of, which popularized, by the way, in the popular mind, the prevalence of Ray Blanchard's typology. And of course, I decided to look into these things, and I did it myself, and I was like, wow, this holds absolutely no water. I am not threatened by this at all anymore. And at that point, I was like, I am not convinced by any transphobic argument anymore. I refuse to bend to this type of nonsense. Didn't she reference Bailey as well? She might have. I don't know if she referenced Bailey. She may have. I know she referenced Anne Lawrence. Anne Lawrence is a very controversial figure. Anne Lawrence is a trans woman herself, who basically accepted Blanchard's typology. But Anne Lawrence also believed very fervently that all types of trans people, even if you were the pervert type, not kidding you, believed that all of them had a right to transition. So Anne Lawrence is a very complicated person. Anne Lawrence still to this day, as far as I know, pushes this sort of debunked typology, but ultimately did still nonetheless argue for all trans people to have, even trans people she didn't think were valid, to have access to HRT. It's a very, Anne Lawrence is an odd person. Yeah. Yes, and as Pan Ness Main points out, one of the biggest criticisms of Blanchard's study is that tons and tons of cis women are easily classified as autogynephiles if you put them through the exact same questionnaires that Blanchard himself used. In fact, a large portion of women will register as autogynephilic, aka sexually fetishistic, paraphilic towards their own being of a woman, cis women, not just trans women. So it's a very flawed, it's an unbelievably flawed, laughably flawed viewpoint. And I felt the need to go on there and push back against that. Sorry, this has been a long little diversion, but that's the reason why I decided to dip my toe back into the debatosphere for about 10 minutes this last weekend. It's because it was pissing me off really bad. It made me nostalgic for the old Twitch poll days. Yeah, not me, but I do have fun doing debates. It's just, yeah. All right, I'll check that out in a second, Mr. Krabs. What else was I gonna talk about? All cis women are AGPs. A lot are, certainly. Demon Speaker says, it's kind of ironic that Blanchard is most popular with the 4chan LGBT board, and most of them are either memeing it out of irony or trying to believe it to justify repressing their trans identity and to cope with their own body dysphoria, or people trying to brainworm trans people. Yes, Blanchard has this weird spot in the trans community as it's a holier than thou tool, and it is utilized most frequently, and this is my observation from a lot of time spent in a lot of trans communities for over a decade, well over a decade now. It is utilized most frequently by people who have an incredible amount of guilt about their own being trans, and they need to set themselves apart as a true transsexual, a true woman, unlike those disgusting people. And weirdly enough, you'll also find, and trans people in the audience are gonna notice this immediately and probably already have noticed this, but you'll notice that most of the time, they still don't even go by Blanchard's typology. They simply just go by whether somebody passes in their mind. If somebody doesn't pass, if somebody looks ugly to them, that person must be a fetishist. Part of that is because so did Blanchard. In Blanchard's typology, he argued that true transsexuals pass better as women than AGP, autogynephile perverts. I'm not kidding you. If you read his work, he says that repeatedly. Which of course, how would you ever determine that? How would you ever actually scientifically study that? And of course, the answer is he didn't. He just claimed it, which is another one of the big reasons his work is debunked. Hello, Grime Dango, good to see you. You came in at the perfect time to hear me ranting about weird trans people who cling to Blanchard as a way to put down others. Yeah. Love to be a living trading card? You are. Your soul is forever immortalized in a trading card. He wrote a book on that. What a piece of shit. Yes, he's written a lot of, he literally just writes mean tweets. Yes, he literally does. This is something I actually didn't know. You're very welcome. No problem. Keffals says, as a proud autogynephilic transsexual male, please do not speak poorly about Daddy Blanchard. I will speak poorly. I will denounce Blanchard. Fuck Blanchard. I mean, honestly, we should just, what does his Twitter look like right now? Has he been posting recently? He has been. Oh, here we go. He's mad about puberty blockers. Here's him saying that you should dismiss the DSM. Interestingly, he only wants to dismiss the DSM once the DSM starts to disagree with him. Fervently. Here's him trying to support the child abuser Kenneth Zucker. That's right. That's one of his close buddies. I forgot to mention that. Ray Blanchard was close collaborators with Dr. Kenneth Zucker, the disgraced child abuser who ran the Toronto clinic for child sexual health, where children were routinely abused under his watch. And here's fucking Ray Blanchard trying to stand on that guy's side. Yeah, CAMH, CAMH is what people called it. I can't remember what it was called, what the actual thing was stood for off the top of my head. The only way out of the child gender culture war. Biological men shouldn't be competing against women. Yeah, you can see this is all that he tweets about now. This guy is supposedly a scientist, and literally all he does is tweet angrily about trans people and retweet TERFs and all that kind of stuff. Here's him retweeting uncritically an article by the Daily Caller pushing autogynephilia in 2023. Here we go. Hey, here's him right now. For many male to female patients, living as a woman is basically a fetish. Most activists refuse to acknowledge this. This is Ray Blanchard, supposed scientist, completely debunked scientist, just retweeting literal right-wing Nazi drivel onto his timeline. I've heard a lot of people talking about AGP these days. That's because it's coming back in popularity because of the TERF movement. The TERF movement is trying to bring it back. You guys know how, Nazis and right-wingers constantly try to bring back like outdated race science bullshit? You know how they try to bring back like skull measuring, and they unironically still propagate like science that has been debunked for over 100 years, science that has been so thoroughly debunked that like it's literally the butt of jokes in any actual excuse me, scientific space. Yeah, that's what they're doing with AGP. Yep. It's on the same level as race realism people. Here's him literally just being a 4channer. The right side of history. In the future, it will not matter to a heterosexual man if a woman has a penis. Okay, dude. Okay, and he's literally just quote tweeting a random trans homophobia account. Okay, bro. Oh, here's him retweeting Jordan Peterson. Look at that. There you go. There's Ray Blanchard, pillar of science, retweeting insane person, fucking Jordan Peterson. Anyway, all I was trying to say here was that's why I called in and yelled during that debate, which I'm sure some of you saw and I'm sure a lot of you didn't see. It was a very small thing, and what is this? As a small child, I was confused by the inclusion of chocolate rabbits and chocolate eggs in my Easter basket. I was pretty sure that only birds laid eggs, but here was some indication that rabbits also laid eggs. Now I guess that eggs symbolize new life or new beginnings, but the only symbolic meaning of rabbits that I know is concupiscence. What could that have to do with putative historical events behind Easter or with the symbolic meaning of the resurrection story? My Easter baskets also contain disgusting yellow-colored baby chicks made of marshmallow, which I dislike. The chicks comport with the eggs, but not with the rabbits. I bet he cried when he was writing that. Do you think he was doing the, like, Jordan Peterson weeping, like, the chicks comport with the eggs, but not with the rabbits? The tragedy, the tragedy of the egg, the Easter basket, it's leading people astray from the message of the resurrection. Insane. Insane people. Oh, amazing. We love it. We really love it. Hey, Vermin, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, my God. I should do a whole stream in that character one day. I don't think I could keep it up. I really don't think I could keep it up. Somebody's got to clip that. Go for it. Please do. Every clip that's made of the channel is good, okay? Clips are good for the channel. You clippers, clip away. Clip them and ship them. I love it. I love it when you clip. Good to see you, Vermin. We need more Patriot Mama. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about plans, which is there's going to be at least one more stream this week, and then I'm going camping. Woohoo! That's right. I'm going on a brief weekend camping trip. And so I will be away for a few days, but I'll be streaming when I get back, and I will most likely be posting lots and lots of pictures to my social media. It's baby camping, okay? We haven't gone camping in a long time, so I'm out of practice. So we're camping in a cabin. It's not gonna be super hardcore or anything like that. However, we are gonna be hiking and maybe kayaking depending on the weather. So I'm very excited about that, and keep an eye on my social media if you want to see cool pictures of that. But don't worry, you guys are gonna get plenty of Demon Mama content before that happens. I'm really excited to go camping. I have not been able to go camping in a long time. Most of my travel has been, you know, hotels and stuff. But when I was younger, we used to camp all the time. So I'm very excited about that. That was something I wanted to mention. But again, don't worry, you're gonna get tons of Demon Mama content. Oh yeah, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Press like on the stream. If you haven't pressed like, we have 366 amazing and beautiful viewers, but only 194 likes. So if we could get, you know, 170 or so people to press like on the video, I bet you we would get 600 viewers during this stream. And I would love to have 600 imps hanging out for this stream. So please, if you would be so kind, press like on the video. It means the world to me. Yes, actually, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So while we're still warming up, I'm taking my time in the warm up today. But we have had a lot of new birds in my yard recently. As many of you regular viewers know, I'm a very big fan of birds. And recently, I updated my bird feeder setup, and we also have had a boom in biodiversity of birds that have been coming by the yard. In fact, we have had 3 new types of birds coming to the yard on a regular basis now. We have a red-winged blackbird, which are wonderful. They are so cute. They are so talkative. And I don't know if you've ever seen a red-winged blackbird, Most people have seen them at some point in their lives, but they are truly wonderful birds, okay? Let me just show you how beautiful. This is very similar to the one that comes to our yard, okay? They are so cute, and they do make a very loud chirp, but it's extremely cute. And it absolutely loves our yard. It's been in our yard multiple times a day, every single day. We also have been visited by a cowbird. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Smoothie. Fuel. I shall consume the smoothie and I shall produce entertainment. The plastic straw, yeah. Oh, sorry. That's what they give us. Not meme time, Mr. Krabs. I do meme on my own time. We've been having cowbirds, which are also really cute. Let me show you the cowbirds. These are so cute. Cowbirds, oh wow, they're so adorable. Oh, what the heck? That's a tiny, I want the big one. I want the big picture. There we go, there's a big picture. This is a cowbird. Now, some people say they don't like these. I like them, okay? I love cowbirds. They are very sweet, in my opinion. They're friendly to the other birds. They will hang out with all the other birds. Now, apparently people don't like them because they will lay their eggs in other birds' nests. They're that type of bird. They don't steal eggs. They just sneak in and lay an egg in there alongside other eggs, and then bam, out hatches a cowbird instead of the other one, which is really cute. And then we've also recently had a downy woodpecker, which downy woodpeckers are also very adorable. They are a small woodpecker, and it is so friendly. Look at this. Look at how cute it is. Just look at how cute this bird is. Look at it. It's so adorable. I love it. It comes by all the time. It's there usually early in the morning. Thankfully, unlike Vermin says, we finally managed to block the woodpecker from our home. It had broken through layers and was throwing insulation everywhere. Oh no! Well, thankfully, this woodpecker is not pecking on our house. We are very lucky that our woodpecker is not currently doing that. I am happy that your woodpecker is no longer tunneling through your wall. I remember Vosh mentioned that it was driving him crazy, which I can imagine. Woodpeckers can be very loud. Destroys our neighbors' homes. Oh, it shouldn't be getting into that insulation. That's not good. Oh, yours is a massive tan one? That is probably a northern flicker then, right? That's probably, yeah, that's probably a northern flicker. Those ones are tan and they're big. Yeah, we have a northern flicker near us, but yeah, it doesn't, none of them seem to like the house. They don't seem to peck on the houses all that much, at least not our house. Anyway, I love birds, so we've been doing that. Also, I've been continuing my playthrough of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and it's awesome, okay? Really good. I've been giving you guys a sort of in progress as I get through the game. It was patched, yes, that's true. It has been patched. The performance is notably better. It still has some issues. It doesn't have great optimization. However, I have to say, the boss fights are bangers, okay? I'm talking about, the boss fights are absolutely insanely good. They are almost as good as Sekiro boss fights, which is saying a lot because Sekiro has some of the greatest boss fights in the history of gaming, and a Star Wars game is right up there with them. These boss fights are so intense, they're so difficult. I absolutely love them, and I've been having an awesome time with it. So I will be doing a full review of Star Wars Jedi Survivor when I'm finished, but there's so much content in the game, it's so much bigger than Fallen Order, that I'm taking a long time with it. Oh yeah, yes, Killjoy, it is really difficult. I want to play it, but I heard it's bad for PC. It does have some performance issues right now. In my experience, it hasn't ruined the game for me, but it will chug at certain points. Mostly the performance issues happen when moving from one area to another area, but they're pretty noticeable, even after the patch, which is unfortunate. But in my opinion, it's not enough to ruin the game in any way. The game is so good that even the performance issues don't hold me back from enjoying the game. It's really, really good. $70 for a game that chugs is a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, it's pricey. Yep. I don't buy games all that often. Like, I don't buy new games all that often. Although recently there's been a bunch that I've wanted to. So it is a pricey game. No doubt about that. Games are ridiculously expensive. But I've definitely got my money's worth out of it, even with the performance issues. So. Dark Morgwin says, I see wild hummingbirds sometimes. That's awesome. I love hummingbirds. We actually just set up a new hummingbird feeder outside of our house. So hopefully the hummingbirds will start coming to our place too. We did also get some new plants for our yard, which was what I've spent the last few days doing, is taking care of the plants, getting them into good places, picking out plants, and hopefully those plants will attract hummingbirds because we did get hummingbird friendly plants. Thank you very much for that. Vermin says, that's probably for the best. No bugs in your walls, but I guess we're infested. Maybe it's eating our house ants. Maybe that's a good thing, but maybe not if it's digging so deep into your walls that the insulation is coming out. Yeah. Intentions Nasty says, we've had wolves return to the local mountains. Based! Wolves have been threatened and wrongfully threatened all over the planet. Pete, wolves have a bad reputation for harming farm life and attacking things, but as it turns out, they actually don't attack nearly as commonly as people think. They especially don't attack people. Wolves basically never attack humans, and they actually rarely attack farm life. Yeah, people, they gave them a bad reputation. They mostly stay in the woods, actually. So it's really good to hear that that your area is getting wolves back. So, interestingly, is my state. My state is on a totally different part of the world from you, but we have a active wolf conservation effort because wolves were overhunted because of their bad reputation. Sucks. But they're coming back, slowly. Yes. I've helped in wolf conservation. That's amazing, Arlo. If you break the game, Star Wars Jedi Survivor does a cool thing. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. And then we're going to watch a meme, and then we're going to get into the content of the day. Verminhand says, I read a book that was called Never Cry Wolf as a kid, and it blew my mind because it was about how wolves were getting cold up north, but some dude was sus that it was actually wolves and went himself to check it out. And these were clear kills that were clearly done by humans, but then blamed on wolves. Yes, unironically, wolves were unjustly blamed, and now that there's like the ability to monitor them, you know, we have like motion cameras and all of that, people have discovered, no, actually, wolves aren't nearly the culprits that they used to be. Anyway, podcast win, waiting on a finalization from Xanderhall, honestly, but should be very soon, hopefully. Let's watch this quick little meme here. They got two memes real quick. This is the one, this is the Jedi Survivor meme. Let's see it.
Yes! Yes! Sorry, where are we going? Oh no!
You seem to have bypassed certain story elements. Continuing to play from this point may encounter issues. If you choose to proceed anyway, loading any future saves from the title screen will give you the option to reload prior to this point. Continue in the broken state. This is not recommended. Things will likely be broken. Continue from the last good save.
What the fuck is that? You seem to bypass certain story elements. Continue to play from this point may encounter issues. If you choose to proceed anyway, loading any future saves from the title screen will give you the option to reload.
That's actually awesome. And it also speaks to the way that this game is significantly bigger and more complex than the last game. The sheer amount of exploring you can do and the deviousness at which they hide treasures in the world is really impressive. This game is way less linear than the first game. Like it's not even comparable. This game actually has like many times over level of mobility, and yeah, it does actually make sense, especially at that spot. That spot in particular, it totally makes sense. I know exactly where that spot is, and I know why they would want you to like reload from that spot, because getting over there, you're not gonna be able to get out of that area at all if you find a way to get over there. There's lots of ways to get to areas because there's so many different ways you can solve problems in this game, but yeah. It's not quite as like free-form exploration as a game like Breath of the Wild or whatever. However, it's a big step up, like a lot. And most of the stuff in the game is like there's only certain things that are like hard gated. A lot of it is problem solving with the environment, and I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, I think that's great. I'm very excited for the new Zelda. I'll be playing it this weekend at nighttime while we're camping. I'm bringing my Switch and I'm going to have it downloaded so that at nighttime I can play a little bit and keep up and not miss out, because I'm super excited. All right, here's a meme real quick. Let's watch the meme and then we got to get to the content. We got a lot to talk about. This isn't a meme, this is just a song. Well, I hope it's a good song.
This is my escape. I'm running through this world and I'm not looking back.
This is some 2009 ass shit.
I know I can go where no one's ever gone and I'm not looking back. But how will I know when I get there? And how will I know when to leave?
Kind of a banger.
Gotta start from somewhere, and it's right there for me. The possibility.
All right. That's a pretty good song. That was a pretty good one. It's definitely got that Sonic glaze on it, but I don't mind that. That was a good song. This is a gay meme. Is this from, what's this from? All right, let's see this gay meme. That's the last meme. No more meme. No more meme.
Based on
After
a
this.
series of obstacle course. So you're like a cute little blob person, and you're against
You
like
see a cute little black person?
blob, and you have to race against other blobs.
Race? So it's a race war. Wow.
All right, that's pretty good. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I gotta say that's pretty good. That made me laugh. Queer people are so fucking funny. We make the world go round. If the right-wingers ever got their way and abolished all queer people from existence, they just like sent us to the shadow realm a la Yu-Gi-Oh! This world would immediately collapse and everyone would die instantly. No one would ever laugh again because you'd have to listen to like the same conservative joke over and over and over again, which would basically just be, it would be a never-ending treadmill of old men walking up and saying, working hard or hardly working. Working hard or hardly working. Over and over and over again. Mixed in once in a while with the old ball and chain. And then there would be, once in a great while, you would get somebody saying like, wouldn't it be crazy if we lived in a world where you could be helicopter gender? Oh!
Bazinga.
That would be the entire thing. So yeah. Oh, and there would be this one. Hold on. Hold on. This is the other conservative joke. Hold on. Let me show you. Hold on. There's a meme here. There's a meme. It's a picture of, I can't find it, but it's a picture of Noah's Ark, and it was like, God told Noah to put 2 of every animal on earth, not 2 of every plant. You're supposed to eat meat, not vegetables. That's the other meme. That's the other joke that you would get. That's the other one. Yeah, so, yeah. If you don't like that, then make sure that queer people stick around, because otherwise the world's going to be a very, very boring place. I didn't know that, Mr. Krabs. I didn't even know there was a band called Bowling for Soup, but all right. If vegetables ain't gay, why do they make penis-shaped vegetables sometimes? Why'd God make them look that way, huh? That's the real question. Why did God make so many healthy vegetables look like penises? Maybe God was trying to tell you something. I don't know Bowling for Soup. I don't think I've ever actually, maybe I do know one of their songs, but I'm not familiar. Huh, I'll have to check them out. I might know one of their songs and just not be recognizing the name. I'm sure it's a very popular band. 1985 is a big one. All right, I'll check it out. They sound fun. They have one good song, the rest are butt rock. Well, that's what everybody says about every band. Bowling for Soup did the Phineas and Ferb theme. Phineas and Ferb is based, and the Phineas and Ferb theme is also based. Okay, everybody. Today, we have a lot to do, okay? We have a lot to do today. Today, like I said, we are going to be doing a bunch of React stuff. You see, because I've been doing a lot of news coverage. I've been taking a news story, talking about it, reading stories, talking about them, doing all that kind of stuff. But today, we have been blessed with manna from heaven. We have been blessed with a top tier debate. Now, the first debate of the day that we're going to be watching is possibly the only debate of the day that we're going to be watching, depending on how long it takes us. But the first debate we're going to be watching is Ollie London. That's right, the transracial ex-trans woman who has become an anti-trans grifter versus the legendary Steven Crowder defeater, Ethan Klein of H3H3. Now, I watched the first couple of minutes of this debate and I stopped and I said, I need to watch this with my stream because there is so much that is relevant to us here that we got to talk about. So I'm really looking forward to watching this debate today. Afterwards, we're going to be watching a Keffals video, which I was going to watch last stream, but we didn't have enough time to react to it, so I want to watch it and see what Keffals has to say. And then after that, we're going to be doing Cooking Mama. If you are new to my stream and you have never heard of Cooking Mama, because I haven't done Cooking Mama in a while, Cooking Mama is the best. My fans literally heckle me to do Cooking Mama constantly. I will get messages on Discord. When are you doing the next Cooking Mama? Do more Cooking Mama, more Cooking Mama. Cooking Mama is, we react to cooking videos of all types. We react to good cooking videos. We react to bad cooking videos. Mostly bad cooking videos. And I have some treats for you today. We have some really good, bad, and good cooking videos to react to today. So make sure, if you've never seen Cooking Mama, you stick around, because I think you're gonna have a really good time. It's like one of my favorites to do, just because it's so much fun. And of course, my longtime fans, it's the pleaser of the regular Demon Mama viewers. They love it. It's what people stick around for. Some people might say they like Cooking Mama more than they like Demon Mama. So yeah, see, people are saying that's the reason why I subscribe. It's literally the best thing you do. Cooking Mama and Conspiracy Mama. We haven't done Conspiracy Mama in a while. Don't worry, we have some Conspiracy Mama coming very soon. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know what we're gonna be up to today. And yeah, can't do politics without food. That is very true. We've been doing a lot of politics lately, like tons and tons of politics. Some of them are pretty heavy stories. I know we gotta do Third Adam. That's gonna be a whole process. We have to do Third Adam. But yeah. I don't know, I haven't seen a Cooking Mama stream. Well, you will tonight. Tonight, you will get to see a Cooking Mama stream, and I promise you, you're gonna have a good time. Anyway. Oh my God, hold on.
Kage.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Is this a bonus meme before we get started? Okay, fine. I try your drink combos. Part 36.
Kage, and Pepsi, and Pepsi.
Monkey does
Kage, Pepsi. Kage.
Monkey does the
Kage.
sexiest of
Pepsi, and Pepsi. Kage, and Pepsi, and Pepsi. Ooh, not bad. All right, yeah, Pepsi, let's go. Yes.
Why is it done by... What? Isn't this like a... This looks like a... He looks like a lemming. Or a character from Rayman or something. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, it looks like these little dudes from Rayman. The little dudes. The goofy looking goobers.